What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our opposition preview. We are here, the big second leg, Champions League semi-final, PSG versus Arsenal. Arsenal away at the Parc de France, taking on PSG once again, and they currently lead by a goal to nil. We've got my brother Mo back again. I'm sure he's, buzzing for the game. Advantage PSG. Very happy, I'm sure, with the first leg result. But Mo, welcome back to the channel, my friend. And how you been keeping, bro?
Thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, as a Paris Saint-Germain supporter, it's going well, calm, confident, but still a huge game to go. Still a huge game to go.
It is still a big 90 minutes. This is what we're looking at for Arsenal's point of view as well. This is what we got left. We know that you got that win in the first leg. You came to the Emirates, so we got to go now and do the same. But this time, score two past you guys, and hopefully
Yeah,
gets the final. But let's quickly, recap the first leg because as a PSG fan, firstly, I want to say you guys thoroughly deserved that win. I thought it was a Luis Enrique masterclass. I thought he absolutely scored Arteta, outclassed Arteta. I think he learned a lot from that opening game in the league phase when we beat you guys 2-0. We sort of didn't learn from that and we played similar and it played into his hands. I think I look at your only goal and the build up to that goal, the way how the likes of Fabian Ruiz, use that space there and Dembele was dropping so deep and how he received the ball and then even having that space out to Kvaratskhelia, a great cutback. Like
yeah.
that goal was perfect, perfectly executed from you guys. But are you obviously happy? I know you said before the game that you'll be buzzing with a win. But I mean, you guys could have. I mean, I saw Barcola have that chance. I think Ramos off the bench hit the bar. You could have had 2-3. So are you disappointed that you didn't get more? Or are you sitting there thinking 1-0 will take it all day long?
Not really. I know this team is unclinical, so I'm not surprised by the misses we had in front of goal. Very happy. Obviously, Dembele being clinical, but I think Arsenal also had big chance. Those two big Trossard and Martinelli chances.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if I'm gonna say, oh, we could have scored, they could have also scored. So no, I'll take a 1-0 every day.
Yeah, no, for sure. You are right. And that's the difference in this stage of the competition, man. You showed that you was clinical, you proved it, and we didn't at the end of the day. Trossard, Martinelli, I think Donnarumma once again in this big stage stepping up for you guys,
Yeah.
making some huge saves there. But yeah, I mean, for Arsenal's perspective, especially myself, I mean, you still get these Arsenal fans talking about giving it all the chest before the second leg, saying, "Oh, we beat Real Madrid." Now, I do understand that, but I kind of feel like a lot of people underestimated you guys going into this first leg. Don't get it
Yeah,
twisted.
for sure.
Like there was higher hopes because we beat Real Madrid, but at the same time, a lot of people sort of looked under PSG. I thought a little bit, and because we was at the Emirates as well, thinking that you would that we could obviously beat you guys. But I've got to say, I think it's thoroughly deserved. But what's obviously Dembele, the news that will he be fit for the second leg?
Yeah, today he for the first time he was back in full training. So and all the reports about medical reports are looking favorable and so on. There's still a potential we don't risk it because like hamstring wise, that's what's been killing
Yeah.
Dembele in his footballing career. So
Yeah.
we're 1-0 up. We've seen Dembele in that City game, for example, didn't start, came on, had a
Mm.
huge impact. So I could still see him come off the bench, but I'm very happy that he's already back. He's obviously a leader of this team, both on and off the pitch. So
So
I
you don't
hope he.
expect him to start the game?
I don't know. It's maybe It's more that I don't want to get disappointed. I don't want to say now. Yes, he's back. He's gonna start,
Yes,
and then I
yes.
see the lineup. So, but I know that sometimes Luis Enrique doesn't want to take injuries regarding injuries and so on. The thing is, Dembele really wants to play. So I said it in my video. I think he will start, but I think there's also high likelihood he does not start and comes off the bench instead.
If you didn't play him, who would have replaced him? Would it be someone like Barcola or would it be Ramos?
I think Barcola will be the third attacker.
Barcola.
Obviously, with Dembele playing false nine,
Yeah.
Barcola can't do that. I would predict it to be Kvara on the left, Barcola on the right, and Due in the center.
Okay. Do it in the
Uh,
center.
yeah, I think so because he's the most central players.
Mm.
It could be Kvara. He's also more experienced, obviously. Then you play Due and Barcola on the wings. But if I had to predict, I think we want to keep Kvara on that left wing. I saw that Timber was an uncertainty. How is his fitness looking?
Yeah, so he's doubtful for the game. He's a huge doubt. He missed the game against Bournemouth. It wasn't even in the squad. He's been training, but I think we'll get more. Part of me hopes it's just mind games from Arteta. Because this, with Arteta, he loves these mind games. Loves trying to trick people and all this. So I kind of think I'm hoping it's mind games because Timber's gonna be crucial, especially
Yeah.
because up against Cravo, right? I think even in that wait, I wanted to ask you as well on that penalty situation, yeah. When Crabbe went past like three of our players, yeah. Do you
Yeah,
think that
yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah.
penalty? Like honestly.
No, look, does Timber like stop Kvaratskhelia for a momentary second to the ball, and that momentary second made Declan Rice recover the ball quicker? Yes.
Mm,
But this is a Champions League semi-final, and I think Timber, what he's doing, he knows the football rules. He knows
yeah,
that I
yeah,
can hold on to him a little bit with my hand right in front of the referee, but as long as if I remove
yeah,
it enough, he can't give a pen. Well, it was like the 15th minute. You were already 1-0 down at the Emirates. It was impossible for the referee to give away, and yeah, I think it's too little to be given away as a pen in the Champions League semi-final. So no,
yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but listen, I think even if you look at that first goal, I still think Timber he struggled in the first half against Cravar. He sort of grins the game a little bit,
Yeah.
so I think he's going to be crucial. If we got Ben White there, Ben White's half fit, and I watched Ben White against Bournemouth. I can't even pronounce the guy's name. They have a really good winner, and he got cooked, bro. And I look, that's Bournemouth. With all due respect,
Semayo something? No?
he came on, but it was
Okay.
this other winner for Bournemouth. Yeah, he's like plays on the left for them, but he
Okay.
cooked Ben White. And I'm thinking if he can cook him, you got someone like Kvaratskhelia. It's gonna be mental every so Ben White's been half fit this season, so that's my worry. If Timber's fit, we got a good chance as well. But yeah, no, 100%. There, bro. Listen, were you sort of in that first leg? Were you surprised in how well you played against Arsenal coming to the Emirates? Considering that we didn't get to see the goal in the whole Champions League at the Emirates. We're usually very good there, but I just think that start for Arsenal really killed us, bro. Like you look you wanted it more. You was more physical than us. Like you bossed
Yeah.
it against us, man. Were you surprised on how I don't want to say easy, but sort of how well you played?
No, I would honestly say the feeling after the game was, well, it pretty much went into what I expected, what I thought. I mean, I saw us versus Liverpool. I saw we went there, got a 1-0. My prediction was a 2-1. I think we would have won the game, but only by one goal. I didn't think we'd keep it a clean sheet, but I know that this team, when they want to defend, I mean, we basically out defended Arsenal at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Because it
Yep.
was a defensive performance from Paris Saint-Germain by keeping the ball. Like we had what 60% possession or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
55, kept away the ball. And I wanted a little bit more offensively. I didn't think we created that much against you. I think we only had one big chance with that Barcola chance being offside. I had like the do it chance, the Boo's goal, Gonzalo towards the end. But apart from that, we didn't put you in that many difficult positions because you defended really well as well. Like you recovered. Obviously, we're
Mm.
never gonna get anything from any set piece. I think also Dembele going off towards the end put a little bit negative, but I wouldn't say I was surprised. I've seen this from my team before this season already, away in England, keeping a clean sheet, getting 1-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my expectations was Dembouz. Like he was the man that I picked. He needed to score for us, and he did.
He did.
Were you surprised about the game? What was your prediction, by the way? I don't remember.
I think I said 2-1 to Arsenal. Yeah, I think I went 2-1 to Arsenal. I think I said that, it's gonna I wasn't underestimating you by any means, by the way. I just thought because we were so
No,
good at
no,
Emirates. Yeah.
2-1. You got to be confident, man.
Yeah, you gotta be confident after beating Madrid as well, right? So I said because at the Emirates, it's so important that we won this first leg, and that's why there's no confidence of me going away to your guys' stadium and getting the job done. And because listen, let's not forget. I mean, people talk about Real Madrid, but we weren't losing against Real Madrid. We was 3-0 up in the first leg. The job was done
Exactly.
effectively. Now we got to go away to you guys. And this is what I noticed with Arteta. When the odds are against him, when there's pressure really on for the Arteta, so like he's trading, for example, he has an absolutely awful record in semi-finals. In his last six semi-finals, would not even scored a goal in all
Yeah,
competitions.
Lee told me that, man. I was
Yeah,
shocked, man.
yeah, bro. So when it comes to like this crunch time for Arteta, he's not proved that he can get over the line yet in terms of
Yeah,
this will be his biggest test, because we're 1-0 down. How are you going to react? Because I feel like Van Arteta, when Arsenal have the plan A, right? When it's working, our beautiful football at times, right? Where, everything's clicking and we look, but he can't adapt. So like he's not got a plan B. And that proved it in that first leg against you guys as well. So yeah, I was partly surprised in how we approached the game because I'm thinking it's a Champions League semi-final. We're at the Emirates, and you set up and you start like that. We just wasn't switched on from the first minute. And did by the way, because as a PSG fan, right? Your crowd, your atmosphere is top. Your ultras are top class, and I'm sure when we play you in Wednesday, you have the banners out and all that, and the
sure.
did you, bro? Did you see the Arsenal banner before the game? Just a
Yeah,
red
yeah, yeah.
cannon. It's embarrassing, bro. It's like you
But
get off Timu or something.
but I read that like your fan club or something wanted to do one, but the club didn't let them
Yes,
because it was AI.
yes, yes. It
Was it
was
like the Arteta, the
have you ever watched Money Heist before?
yeah, yeah, it was that. Yeah, yeah, I
It's like
remember.
La
Yeah, yeah.
Casa de Mikel or something, right? And it had Arteta
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It looked fire, bro. It had like chessboard underneath saying one by one they go. I was like, yes. But then Arsenal said they rejected it because apparently it's too offensive. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Oh,
They should.
was that why? I thought it was AI because it was AI.
I got. I was
How is it
reading.
offensive?
Yeah,
What?
apparently it
Because
was
were
offensive.
they like a Madrid logo destroyed or something? Because you beaten them or what?
Yeah, I think it was something like that, and I also think they said about copyright because of flipping is from Money Heist. Like what we doing here, man? That looks sick. That looks sick. And then
Yeah,
they
look at
put
us. We're always doing like anime
yeah,
tifos.
exactly,
How can we do that then?
bro. It's just a stupid excuse, bro, for from Arsenal. Like, and then they go and produce that like a cannon. Like turn it in. I knew you weren't serious, but before when they produced that in the atmosphere, like, and that's the thing. Like you flattened us in the first 3 minutes. That whole atmosphere was dead after that because
Yeah,
of that early goal. So that was a crucial thing for you there. And going obviously into second leg in terms of for you now, like the approach you guys will take because you're 1-0 up right now.
yeah.
Obviously, it's all for Arsenal to do. Um, do you see you playing similar, or is it gonna be sort of very open game where you go more offensive this type of game because you're at home?
Yeah, no, we definitely play a bit more offensive. I think if Dembele plays or not, it's not gonna have that big of an effect on how we played. Because I saw us versus City without him, we pretty much played the same. So
Yeah.
we would press you high, we'll counter press really high. We're trying to push you into that shape. We did it to Villa, we did it to Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool and Villa, it's a bit different. It was the first leg. This time is the second leg. You're 1-0 down. You have more to go for. So I don't exactly know how Arsenal is going to respond to that, but I think majority of the game is going to be us trying to keep possession. But there will be a lot of spacing behind, but we will be confident in Marquinhos, in Hakimi, in Pacho
Mm.
covering those areas. But yeah, yeah, more offensive, more keeping the ball, more 1v1 challenge, just trying to drag you out of space and so on.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I guess so. I guess so. That's how the game should go.
yeah, I thought you did that perfectly. Like, especially I said on the first goal, like your midfield, the game, bro. That was a big difference. Is your midfield as well. I think was it Vitinho who got man of the match for you guys in the end. Like the official man of
Yeah,
the match was Vitinho. And we were talking about him before the game, how crucial your midfield is. Louise as well, such an underrated player, man. He
yeah, yeah.
bossed it, absolutely bossed it. And then Drought Neves as well, bro. Like he was
Yeah,
everywhere, man. I'm like,
he's a
what a
dog, man.
player. Yeah, I was like, what a player. I think the big miss for Arsenal is with the guy in the thumbnail in Thomas Partey, because we gave Rice the whole thing to do. Like Arteta put Marino back in the midfield where he's been doing so well as a striker, so we had nothing aerially. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like in terms of you guys set pieces wise, right? I think you said about was it the corners against Liverpool that you guys kept conceding, and you was a bit concerned about that, right? That's the only threat we could have had with set pieces, but we had Trossard, who was like, I think he's like 5'8", one of the smallest players in our team. We had him as the striker, so Marquinhos and Patrick had just a light work. You know,
What?
the
Yeah.
we had no Marino in there with his aerial presence, and that was a big mistake for me. Playing him back in the midfield, having Rice do everything right? Which he got overrun by your three midfielders. But I think Partey's a key back in this game. I don't think it'll be enough, but it will give us a good chance because
Yeah.
your three in the midfield are top class. Like honestly, I was blown away on how well they worked together as a three, and how simple it was, especially on that first goal when Ruiz just dragged Saliba and Timber. So he made that run forward, and then both of them went, and then Crabbe was like, "Yeah, look at all the space I've got in the world."
What,
So
can I share my screen?
yeah, go for it, man. You know,
Um,
it should be the little button at, yeah, he's got it. Right.
yeah, no, because just I have like the video sequence of the goal
Yeah,
that you
this is
talked
it.
about, the midfielders and everything. Well, I think they show it better here. So yeah, like Vitinha and Fabio Ruiz run down, Merino and Declan Rice
Yeah.
follow them,
Dembele will run backwards, free area they created.
and
Exactly, look at
then
that.
there he's completely open. And then Nuno is so good at making these like you remember the
Yeah.
Liverpool goal? Exact copy.
Yes, yes,
Exact copy.
yes.
Nuno, Dembele in that space, Dembele gives it to the winger gives it back. And as you said, Fabio Ruiz continues that run. First, he drags Rice out of space. Then he drives Timber inside and keeps
Yeah.
Saliba
Look at
occupied.
that space. Yeah, well, Cravo. And then
This is obviously what, like, you could say potentially got you to go. As you can see, Rice was on Dembouz,
yeah.
but he was scared about Timber, like
Yeah,
1v1
up
versus
against
Tabata.
one
He
one
could
v one against
space,
Cravo. Yeah, yeah. And then
double team,
that
and
leaves the
then
space
Dembouz.
open.
You think you should have left Timber 1v1 and then just hoped for the best?
Yes, yes, because bro, that's the thing. That's how key of a player cover is. You know, Rice weren't confident with him up against Timber. So yeah, hope for the best. You know, if he gets done, I mean, look, Dembele will be marked anyway by Declan Rice. So, but yeah, you can't just leave Dembele like that. That's a
You
problem there. You
you
can't just leave
think
him open.
Party being more experienced would have done something different there, being the
Yeah,
six?
I think he's a key. Honestly, I do think he's a key. He's been Arsenal's most important player this season, Thomas Partey. You know, like a lot of people will say Gabriel, and he's been phenomenal. Obviously, big miss that he's out injured. A lot of people will look at Saka. Yeah, he's a big game player, but when it comes to the key in terms of in the number six. And the thing is, Party and Rice have such good chemistry. They work so well together. When you split that up, which Arteta did, he moved Marino back to where he's not comfortable playing in the midfield. He put Rice, and then when you ain't got Odegaard, bro, Odegaard's. I'm sure you see it as an outsider, right? But I'm sorry, a lot of Arsenal fans gas this guy up. He's one of the most overhyped players, overrated players there is. I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. Like he's been awful this season. He's meant to be club captain. So when he's not even performing, Rice meant to do it all by himself, man. It's just,
Yeah.
you know, it don't work like that. So, yeah, I definitely think Party is, definitely the key for this game. But yeah, I mean, so in terms of the confidence level for you, bro, I mean, do you think you'll get it over the line, or do you see? Because obviously we need a goal, but the thing is, I don't see us getting keeping a clean sheet against you guys. You will hit us on the counter attack just like that. So how confident you feeling, man?
I'm very confident that we're gonna go through just like I was before the game. But one thing I will tell is the story will continue as it's been going on for PSG, which is we never like go through perfectly. Like when you look
Okay.
scoreline wise, like we should have done better than going to a penalty shootout versus Liverpool. Like we were much better than that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were much better than a 5-4 versus Villa
Yeah.
across 180 minutes. And I think the same will be here. I have a weird feeling inside of me that the game will end in a draw. So we will
Oh.
still go through, but it will be a game that gives Arsenal fans hope. Like you will be sitting in the game, wait, we might actually go through, and then maybe we
Right.
just shut down defensively or score a late goal or something. Because this team, unfortunately, clinicality wise, like if you go and look at big chances missed in the UCL, you got Dembuz at the top, in close to the top. You got Barcola there as well. I just hope we're not arrogant. I hope they feel that like it's nil-nil because it's only one goal, and this Arsenal side is a very, very, very strong side defensively. Like it's very hard scoring against you, so we can't give away a goal. If we give away a goal, it will feel so like we need to make Arsenal work hard for that goal. Definitely do
Yeah.
not get it in the first half, but I'm feeling very confident. I'm very confident in this team. This team has just every time I've believed in this team, they have shown me yes, you can believe in us. So. yeah, I've no doubt over this team, but I know it will be a tough game for sure. Like the game is not over. The leg is not over. I'm not thinking about Champions League
Mm.
final. I'm thinking about this semi.
Yeah, that's a bit of confidence, I guess, for Arsenal's perspective is in terms of maybe that Villa game. Again, we spoke about a little bit about this in the first leg going into this. Like
Yeah,
you were a bit maybe the inexperience showed. I think in terms of because you thought the game was done. Like I remember you saying it
exactly.
in your head as a fan. You was like, yeah. So imagine how the players are feeling as well at the same time. You know,
Yeah,
you 2-0 up, and then that you was a bit complacent, and then you allow Villa back in the game. So,
exactly.
you know, I know you said when it comes, you know, you're not been going through perfectly. That gives me a little bit of hope. But I just look at you guys. I just look at Lewis and like what I saw from your manager in that first leg was a tactical masterclass, bro. He had it perfect in that first leg, bro. Like to come to the Emirates and perform like that. I think it's one of the best teams that I've seen come to this season at the Emirates because we've been fantastic at Emirates. Like we beat Man City 5-1 at the Emirates in Premier League, right? Real Madrid 3-0.
Liverpool 2-2. Probably should
Liverpool
have won maybe
probably
a
should have
goal
won
at the
that
end.
game,
Yeah.
but majority of times at the Emirates we step up, and you're for me one of the best teams that ever came in this season to perform like that. To get a 1-0, keep a clean sheet as well. Fair play. So that's why a second leg going away to to your ground, with your manager, with your set of players, even if Dembele is missing or if he's on the bench, you still got Barcola who came on to cause some problems, man. He
Yeah.
should have really scored. I know. I think it was it offside anyway.
I think his chance was offside, yeah.
Yeah, but he still came on. Was a bit of a nuisance. So yeah, I just think the quality is there for you guys, man. Like for you, if hypothetically you do obviously get through. Because I've been asked a question about, who do you want in the final? And I'm sure I mean, we both watched the game, the 3-3. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But who would you rather want? Inter or Barca for you? Who would you benefit from?
I'm always someone that wants the toughest. Like when the Champions League group stage got announced, I was so hyped, so excited. I was like, "Oh my god, we're gonna play Arsenal, City, all these big teams." So I'm someone that's always in favor of playing the toughest opponent. Um, High risk, high reward. It's also since the beginning of the season, I got asked, "Who do you think will be in the Champions League final?" And obviously, I was going to back my team, so I said PSG. And the other team, I said, I have a feeling Barca might make it this season. So since the beginning of the season, I felt it's been destiny. I think PSG and Barca have been the two best performing teams in all competitions this season, and I think that that Champions League final will be a great final for even a neutral. It'll probably be the biggest Champions League final at least 7, 10 years. The narratives are there. Dembele playing his former team. We're gonna face Flick, who obviously beat us to the Champions League final in
Yeah,
2020. Luis Enrique, former
from a
Barca
team,
manager,
yeah.
won the treble with them. Both teams on for a treble. Both teams on for a quadruple this season. So yeah, I can't say Inter. It got to be Barca for the final. What do you think? You obviously played Inter in the group
We
stage.
played
Could be
Inter
a
and
revenge.
they
Could be
schooled
a
us,
revenge
bro.
versus Barca '06.
Inter schooled us, man. But yeah, honestly, to be honest, I want Barca because as you rightly just said, there, '06 revenge, bro. '06 revenge, bro. They broke Arsenal fans. They broke heartbroken Arsenal fans. That was our best chance. So we still ain't. But I mean, both of us never won the Champions League, right? So we're still both on for it. But and I think there's always because this is in Munich. It's a crazy stat, but there's always been a new winner in Munich as well.
Exactly.
So maybe we have the finalists right now between these two teams. But I want Barca, bro. I want them anyway because Inzaghi schooled us, mate, when we went there. I know it was only 1-0, but that game, bro, we couldn't break them down. They're like defensively superb. But again, against Barca, it was so open. I mean, 3-3. So again, it's a final. Anything can happen. But honestly, bro, I'd rather Barcelona because get revenge from 2006. But no, you are right. PSG and Barca would be, as much as I don't want it to happen, obviously, but it'd be an incredible, absolutely incredible final. So much writing on it. So much stories, as you said.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you haven't played them this season. No, you did. You haven't. You're not playing them this season. You played them
No.
last season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you had Enrique as well, and he beat them. Was it
Yeah.
4-1 in the second leg?
Yeah. Knocked them
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I know they had. I think they had Xavi at the time, didn't they? They had a different
Yeah.
manager, but even so, man. I mean, Enrique showed he can beat them. So it'd be interesting to see what happens if
100%.
whoever gets there. But yeah. obviously your team wise, I mean, you spoke about Dembele, but you expect it to be the same, right? You know, Donnarumma, the same back four, same midfield three, and then the only change if Dembele is not fully fit would be you're saying Doué as the strike, sort of like when Dembele was playing that sort of role.
Yeah, false nine. Yeah, and that Barcola is the one that comes in for them boots. Yeah.
There we go. So Arsenal's point of view, as I said, Partey will come back in, which could be the key. With Rice and I don't want to say Odegaard. I'd honestly, Mo, I'd bench this guy, bro. I don't even care if he's captain. I'll bench this guy. This guy's a fraud. I'm not even.
But who we benching for?
Oh, Ethan Wanyeri, mate. Yeah, he's the beat.
Ooh.
Do you know Zay Emery? He's the B
Yeah,
Tech Zay
yeah,
Emery, bro. They're literally
yeah.
doppelgangers,
They
mate. They literally look alike.
that
I'm
is
like,
true. Same hairline,
yeah.
same eyes as well.
Yeah, it's mad. But yeah, I would love to see 1 year. Ante is not going to do that, to be honest. So it'll be Odegaard, Rice, Party midfield. Hopefully Timber's there, and hopefully it's mind games. If it's Ben White, then Craver, whoever's on that side for you guys will have a field day, bro. They're gonna be rubbing their hands together
Is
because
he
Ben
is he
White.
that bad defensively,
No,
or
it's
is it
not.
more he's
He's not
barely
fully
fit?
fit, bro. Not fully fit. He looks so rusty since he's came back. You know, he's just not fully fit. He needs a rest, but like he needs a run of games where he just needs to. Next season, he's ready for next season. But right now, Timber's got to be there. And then yeah, be obviously Saliba, Kivior, Lewis, Skelly, and then the front three would most likely be Marino, actually as a striker, and then Saka and probably Gabriel Martinelli. So yeah, what's your score prediction saying, bro?
I'm going with a 2-1 to PSG. I
Okay.
would really love if we can finally win both legs, as we didn't do versus Liverpool and Villa, even though we probably should have. But I have a feeling for a 2-2. Both outcomes PSG go through, but I'm going for a 2-1 Paris Saint-Germain. Let's get the job done. Let's get the job done.
There we go. There we go. He's going 2-1. What am I going with, people? Listen, I want to be so confident, but I feel like you had to win the first. I think we had to win the first leg, and we didn't. I think that really is going to come back and bite us. Listen, I know we only need a goal, but I just keeping a clean sheet. If we do get a goal, is going to be very, very, very hard with your attack. So optimistic in terms of like, I'll probably say we win 2-1. So it's a draw. Yeah, it's a 2-2 draw. And then we're doing it on penalties. That's optimistic, but that's what my heart's saying. But my head's probably saying my head's saying 2-0 PSG, you know? Another clean sheet.
No, we ain't keeping clean sheet. Yo,
You don't think so?
no, 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 no.
Even though you came to Emirates and did us a clean sheet.
Yeah, but we're much better defensively from home. It's mostly about concentration. Even
Okay.
the goals we concede, it's more concentration issues. We're a bit too calm, comfortable at the back. When we go to the Emirates, we're like this. Oh, Rice is coming. Oh, Saka is coming. Okay, mark him, defend him. Don't go out. Don't this. Then
Okay.
at the back, we're more calm, and then bomb a mistake out of nowhere. So I even said this before before the game. I'm more confident going away for this team because then
Mm,
they're more focused, they're more concentrated, and focus heavily defensively. At home, it's a bit more open. It's more about goals. Yeah, but
yeah,
as you said, yeah, 2-0. I mean, it
you
will
don't
be
see.
great, but I don't see a 2-0 from this team. Not
But
another clean sheet.
yeah, but still, listen, I think it's gonna take a lot to beat you guys right now, man. Like I feel like Arteta have effed us in that first leg. I really do. But listen, it's all down to him because for me, it's all or nothing. If Arsenal lose this game, we've won nothing, bro. And we could drop. I don't know if you've seen us in the Premier League. We lost to Bournemouth. We drew a Palace. We got
Yeah,
three games. We got Liverpool, Newcastle, and Southampton. Yeah. If
yeah.
we even if we beat Southampton, lose to Newcastle and Liverpool, which most likely will happen, we could drop to like sixth or fifth, bro. Like we cannot even make Champions League if the worst comes to the worst. That's how bad it's been this season. So we can go another season failure. It's for in terms of Arteta as well, Mo. Yeah, he's got to win this game, or he should be gone. He should be gone. You know, like how long are we gonna go on like this for? But I'm hoping he proves us all wrong, like he did in Real Madrid, and you know, it's a special night for Arsenal away, and we beat you guys. But We have to wait and see, Mo. We have to wait and
I,
see.
I
But
don't know. Honestly, the Madrid tie, there's only one person I want to give majority of the stuff to, and that's Rice. I think those two free kicks from Rice
true,
is
true.
what decided that leg. Like if Rice doesn't score them, maybe you get 1-0 at the Emirates.
Yeah, maybe a
Then
different game
going with a
second leg.
1-0, is that
Mm.
enough at the Bernabeu? So I think that's also. I remember a lot of people said, "Oh, PSG are not the best defensively because of that Villa game," but it was
Yeah,
complete fugazi. Like we were 5-1 up, but then when we went to actually defend, we legit. I don't want to overhype us, but I think yes, we are very great offensively, and that's what makes us good. But I think we might even be better defensively, like when we actually like focus on it. Clean sheet at Anfield, 120 minutes. Clean sheet at Emirates, 90 minutes. I can't name teams that would be able to do. Barca would definitely not be able to do that.
yeah.
So
No, facts, bro. No, absolute facts. It's gonna be so interesting to see what happens on Wednesday. Mo, it's been a pleasure, bro. Over these 2 days of getting you on the channel, and hopefully next season we're back again, league phase, or maybe in the
yes,
knockouts
sir.
again. Hopefully we'll meet in the final next year, bro. You know how it is. But yeah, bless up, Mo. Listen, make the best team win for Wednesday.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
appreciate everyone who obviously watched as well. If make sure you leave your comments down below, your predictions and your thoughts. Mo's channel is always in the link. He's smashing it over there. So go over there, show him some support. We're on already, people. Links in the title, very easy to do. And we will catch you guys in the next one. As always, come on, you Gunners.